so many. It's the writing is absolutely perfect. I love everything about that.
That
But like,
whole thing about Pineapple Express 2, that was
yeah,
actually that was the actual they were gonna pitch that as a sequel
yeah,
to Pineapple Express 2.
oh, I'm sure. But
I'm
like
surprised it's never been made.
the one I wrote down two things. I probably could have wrote down more, but this is the things that really stuck out. Michael Cera, his character is hilarious.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Did you know Rihanna would only let him slap her butt if he could punch him for real?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she really slapped the shit
I'm
out of him.
sure. But he goes up to someone and says, "Does this Coke smell funny?" And he blows fucking Coke in the face.
Yeah, in Christopher Mintz-Plasse, which is McLovin. Oh, hi, honey.
It's so
He's in the
good.
bathroom getting a BJ. Oh, hi, honey. You can go ahead and use it.
And then Jonah Hill, after he gets raped by the devil or the demon or whatnot, he goes like, something not that chill happened last night in that video. That's not just how he said it. He said, something not that chill happened last night. And that was all he said. It's so good.
Danny McBride's the ultimate ace.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking hilarious.
The Channing
So
Tatum cameo.
Who?
Yeah. Channing Tatum.
Yes, Channing Tatum's cameo with you.
Yeah.
He said
That's-
that he was drunk when he agreed to do that.
Great movie.
He got the
Oh my
email at like 2 in the morning. He's like,
Yeah.
Seth Rogen doesn't email me. And then he's like, well, and he's like, I was drunk also, so I agreed.
Oh man, it's such a good movie. They're talking about Hermione. What? Hermione, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna rape
Hermione.
Hermione. I'm gonna rape Hermione. Get the F back. Just swinging that axe at him. That's a great movie. That's one of the most underrated comedies.
When that came out, when they dropped it on Netflix, I had to watch it again. I was like, sold. I'm watching it.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
That's why I like it's an underrated The Night Before. It's a Christmas movie.
I need to watch that again.
Every freaking year I watch
What's
that
it on?
movie. It's on. It's on now. It's on a streamer. I don't know which one it is.
The
Oh.
Fire Stick.
Well, I watched it on the first the movies though, but no, it's on a streaming service.
Prime? It's on Prime.
Well, Prime, but you got to pay for it on Prime. Is the question.
I'm clicking it right now. Available to rent or buy, so it's not.
Yeah, Fire Stick.
Voodoo.
Well, hold on. Welcome to another episode of Who's Your Nerds Podcast. I know we're like three minutes in, but as you guys can tell, Tim's here,
Yeah.
and then
I
Mikey
threw Mike
and the two
French.
Chris's.
Except it's a Tim.
I know it's been like a month and a half too. It's been a minute.
I'm always like, there's been a couple times where I'm like, oh, I could join the podcast, and then I go do something like real quick, and then I'm like, holy shit, it took a while. Never mind.
Yeah, like get two new
Barking.
kittens.
Oh my goodness, I have 2 new kittens. They're so cute.
The one in the snap went mew.
Luna, she's so cute.
Oh my god. Just get a dog. Be a man.
That's the fourth one.
And I have 2 dogs.
I know 4
Bo
Lunas now.
and
I have Bo and Major are my dogs.
I couldn't remember which one died. I knew it wasn't Bo. I couldn't remember. the other one.
Spunky.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Spunky.
He fought for his life for a long
The
time.
Grim Reaper couldn't. Spunky was 10,001. That one was the last.
That dog
Yeah.
fought the Grim Reaper for like 5 years.
Me and Bo were talking about that at work the other day, and someone was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I had a dog who just wouldn't go down." That was like, "Yeah, he's only got like maybe like a month or so left. You might want to just like put him down." I was like a little selfish, and I wanted a little bit more time with Spunky. Ended up living 6 months. 6 months he fought off the devil, the doggy devil.
That's awesome. Why'd you get
know-
2 cats? Why'd you get 2 more
Uh,
cats?
I don't know. It's not me that got him. It was like
Okay.
my sister.
Yeah.
But it has made Leela like she's in the 6 months that I've had Leela, she's never been this affectionate. She's like
Oh.
Jealous.
she's like wicked jealous. She slept with me all night last night, and I can count on one finger the amount of times that she slept with me, and this was the first one.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
Oh my god, I about died right there.
It's funny because it's true. So I think I'm making shit up. But
Tim, so it's what's the white one's name?
Luna. I thought she was gonna be like super white, but she's got like this wicked cute like brown tint to her. She almost looks like she's dirty,
it's
but
kitten
it's just
Caucasian.
color of her hair.
And then what's the black one?
Panther.
Panther. Okay.
He has little white boots too.
Oh, he's got little boots.
Yeah, he has little boots.
Geez, why don't you just name the white one Ghost? You know, if you got Panther, you know, Ghost or. Be sensitive, people. Be sensitive.
Speaking of ghosts, let's talk about House of the Dragon.
Oh, I get it, Chris.
Thank you.
It took me a second, but I got
No
it.
grenade. Kaboom.
It had a long pin on it, man.
Have you been watching, Tim?
I watched the only thing I really watched besides like anime was Dahmer series that everybody at work figured the girls would stab me if I didn't watch it. So
Oh yeah, you don't want that.
like, you didn't watch it yet, and I was like, I watch it. I would say I can honestly say I skipped like probably 50% of it, just like.
You just get the
If
gist of it, just so you
if
can be
nothing important
included.
is happening,
Yeah.
You just
I
kills.
watched-
You just kills.
I watched a horror movie today on Hulu. Probably took me like maybe 45 minutes. It's like a 2-hour movie. The parts that I watched were
What did you
fantastic.
watch?
So I logged onto Hulu like I usually do to like log onto Futurama before I play Xbox. And
Hey, that sounds like me. I watch Futurama before I go to work.
and then I saw like on the front page was this horror movie called Grim Cuddy. Like and it had like a wicked, creepy, evil looking creature as the cover. So I was like, I kind of want to see like the full extent of this creature. So I like start the movie, and of course, like most horror movies, nothing fucking happens for 25 minutes. So I like am slowly like just listening to them talk, and I'll like skip through like a couple minutes, and then skip through a couple more minutes, and eventually I get to the actual like first attack by the monster. It was pretty good. I mean, I would skip through the movie again. It was good.
I always watch
watched the last
Letterkenny on
45 minutes, I think, probably. I skipped through like the first half.
The amount of times I've done that with movies, though, also, it's like
I
I'm
I
not
did
too
it with
interested, but I
another,
want to see what happens.
I did it with another horror movie the other day. I added it to my Hulu list. What was it called? Hold on one second, because it was another one of those that I just started skipping through, and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty interesting. It was called. Oh, I added Undercover Brother to my Hulu list.
Great
Undercover
movie.
Brother.
Fantastic.
Great movie.
It really is. It was As Above, So Below.
Oh, great movie. That's one of my favorite.
2014. They like go down, and I wish I got a little bit more of like an explanation of kind of what was going on, but
So
it was
basically,
pretty.
they go
It was
down.
cool. I watched most of that one. That one was I actually went back and like watched it through, and I like do a lot of like subtitles.
Is Hulu like
Watching.
Paramount and Peacock in that they don't have commercials in their movies, just their TV shows?
Well, I have Hulu Plus, so I don't have any commercials in anything. I don't know if it would have been in the movie or not.
Oh, because I know like Paramount Plus I don't think they show commercials during their movies or TV shows.
No, they don't. You get like
I'm
3 at the
surprised-
very beginning.
I'm
and then
surprised
that's
you've
it.
seen that movie, Chris. I thought it was like it kind of looked like it was an indie-ish movie.
What's it
Me?
called?
As above, so below.
It was actually a very highly promoted horror movie when it came
14.
out.
I've
You
only
go
been
into like
watching.
It
Uh,
is.
Paris, which is like which is what interested me personally. It was like they're getting into the catacomb. I was like, they're fucked.
Of like the movies of like horror movies in like the last 10 years, that's definitely like top.
I
Yeah,
have not watched that many horror movies yet.
Grim Cuddy came out this year. It was an hour and 40 minutes. A suburban teen girl and her little brother must stop a terrifying internet meme brought to life by their hysterical parents.
See,
But
hour and 40 minutes.
the
That's
hysterical-
perfect movie time.
By the
Mikey,
hysteria.
are we spreading horror creatures by posting memes?
I hope not.
I watched all 5 Final Destinations this weekend.
How's
This
that
last
go?
weekend.
I love how I tried to transfer or get us to Game of Thrones or House of the
Dude,
Dragon.
they're an hour and a half. Every movie is an hour and a half. Every
Yeah.
single one of them.
And remember, you only die if you're beautiful.
That's exactly right. You only die if only the beautiful people die that's because people like us, we don't go anywhere, so we don't have to worry about being in planes or having big pieces of glass dropped on us.
Being behind a train or a truck with wood on it.
Dude, yeah. I mean, you know what else that falls under rebar? I see so many trucks with rebar hanging out the back of the truck. I'm like, no, that's
Oh.
not over.
Funny story about Final Destination. Oh, yeah, about Final Destination. When I flew to Seattle for PAX Prime, I flew JetBlue. They had TVs on the back of the thing. So luckily, like football was on because we flew up on a Thursday. It was like a Thursday night football game. I forget what it was.
Was
but-
this like back in the
Yes.
day?
Yep.
Okay.
And it was me, Bo, and our buddy Roger were flying to Seattle, and we're meeting our friend Tim. Sit on the plane. Plane's getting ready to take off. I turn on the TV. It's on like FX or something like that already. What the fuck movie do you think is playing? Final Destination.
The first one.
And it was the very beginning of the movie, and he's freaking out on the plane. I say like I almost had like I'm already like kind of afraid of flying on planes to begin with, when like I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack on the plane. Like when we were taking off, I was like, it was like right when he was like, I gotta get off the plane. Like I have to get off the plane. I'm thinking to myself like, oh my god, I have to get off this plane. And luckily, Bo was at the aisle seat and I was at the window seat, and there was no getting around Bo's big ass.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
I was terrified. I was like, of all the movies, of all the
Yeah.
channels for it to randomly be on when I sit down, of all the times for like the perfect
You don't sing John Denver when you walk through the airport. I've done that many
Oh my
times.
God.
I mean, he did write "Leaving on a Jet Plane," and I will leaving on a jet plane. So yeah, I ain't scared. I ain't scared.
I would.
I
This
just think
movie
it's
wasn't
cool the
actually
end
the
of.
movie. It just zoomed in on the window, and you see like the side profile of Tim. And
I don't
you
know
look
if
out the window like, oh my god, I'm in the movie.
I don't know if Final Destination's as much of a horror movie as it would be like a thriller, maybe.
The
It's
first
kind of a
two-
horror movie. Yes, you get
The
death coming
first
after
two
you.
were, but then
But
after
it's like-
that, it was
Yeah,
like,
but the
it's
way
not
they linked in
physically
5 was awesome.
If it'd be different if like a Grim Reaper was like hunting these like people, but there's
is.
like yeah, but he's not like
I
physically.
just thought it was cool that the
there.
end of the second Final Destination was shot at Universal Studios in Florida, and I know exactly where that place
What
is.
was-
that they
Cool.
filmed it
I
in.
didn't know
what
that.
was the last one, Chris? Was that the race car one or was that the roller coaster one?
No, the roller coaster's 3.
I think I've only seen 1 and 2, to be honest.
4
One is the plane, two
four
is the
or five.
truck.
Okay, so
Three-
one is the plane, 2 is the log truck.
Which I like how 1 and 2 connect. Do the rest of them connect?
Yeah.
Yes, actually 5 connects to all the
'Cause
way
it's-
back to 1. It's
Because
freaking
it's like all of the people that they came into contact with, and then
Okay,
like
so
working backwards.
well, three's the roller coaster, 4 is
The race.
That's
the
the race car one because it was
NASCAR.
in 3D.
Yeah, I remember that was when 3D got really big and like they kept
The-
promoting it for that movie.
Right, and and everything that was coming at you, blood and guts and screws and stuff in your head. 5, how did 5 start off? I'm trying to think. I just remember how it ended. I'm trying to think.
Was 5 like what Tim said? It's about like it's going back and killing everybody.
No,
Well, that's what-
5 ends up. They get on a plane.
Is there 6?
No, there's not a 6. There's only 5.
There's 6 release date.
5. They get on a plane, and the end of 5 is the beginning of 1.
Set to be released in 2022.
Yeah, never.
I'm gonna say I haven't
What do
heard.
you mean? Like how was
This
it?
literally says that this is the 27th.
What?
How was it connected to the first one?
So the end of 5, right?
Yeah.
The characters from 5, at the end of the movie, they get on a plane to go to Paris. And while they're on the plane, flight 180 to Paris, some passenger freaks out and gets kicked off the plane,
Oh shit.
which is 1. That's how that ends.
During a bus ride with his colleagues to a corporate retreat,
That's the one. It was the bus. Yes, they going on a bus ride.
suspension
The
bridge.
suspension bridge. That's how it starts.
and his
She
video-
sees it or he sees it, and they run off the bridge and save people, and all of them they end up all dying except a few of them, and then they end up on a flight to Paris to get away from it all, and it ends up being the flight from
the first movie.
from the first movie. Yeah,
So what? 5 is like a.
it's like a prequel. You don't even know it's a prequel. That's the beauty of it till the end
That's
of it.
kinda-
right?
That's kind of cool. Like last. Yo, what the hell's going on in this picture?
It's really cool. I
Some
like
girls like eyes held open by something.
Those Final Destination movies made me so scared of like the most random things too.
That's why it's so good because
like I'm afraid of being trapped and cooked in a sunbed.
Watch out for a man with hooks. Man with
I-
hooks. What are you talking?
mine was the getting the laser eye surgery because I just wanted to get
Oh yeah.
that scene makes my eyes water.
Is that Final Destination 5?
Yeah, she gets her
Is that? That's
eye
what
burn
this,
out.
this picture must be of her eyes like held open by like a
Yeah, it's pretty
device.
awesome.
I mean, you should be able to survive.
No, she gets her eyeball burn out, and then while she's stumbling around the office, she falls out the office window and falls off the car.
Oh, the other one, the dentist. The one with the dentist. How did
Dentist
she die?
one?
That's
Yeah.
Finding Nemo. That has nothing to do with this.
No, there's one where she gets killed in like a dentist office.
No.
Yeah. Yes. It's like the third.
There
or the
is. I was gonna say there is an American Dad episode where something happened.
No,
No, I don't
there's
think she gets killed
There's
in it.
no
I think it's
dentist
like
episode.
no, I don't think she gets killed in it. I think she comes close to it and then like because it was the noxious it was the
gas.
gas.
yeah.
The
Oh,
gas.
the gas. Yeah.
And then the doctor like comes in like last second and turns it off. He's like, "Oh, sorry."
yeah.
Sorry, I
that's
almost
right.
killed you. My bad.
Yeah. Oops.
New dentist.
Oopsie.
Looks like I just picked a whole bouquet full of oopsie daisies.
You're so high now, you're not gonna remember any of this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Chris. So let's talk of the House of Dragon before Chris has a bitchy fit and can't talk about his favorite TV show yet right now.
I'm about to have a bitch fit.
Really heard many good things
Are we
about.
done with horror movies? Because I can talk about Smile if you want.
Oh, I kind of wanted to hear.
Go,
about
it
Smile.
is October, so let's go.
Dude,
Let's go.
you guys
Smile.
got to go see this movie. I'm not.
I
gonna
watched
get
it.
nothing.
Really, I saw the trailers, and the trailers look. I mean, I'm not like a big horror guy. I mean, apparently lately I am, but
It's the storyline, how they tell the story. I think it's been the best horror movies I've seen in the last 10 years. And Sosie Bacon, that's Kevin Bacon's daughter. She
What?
looks just like her mom. Yeah.
Talk about 3 degrees of bacon or whatever.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Close.
So
close.
It's this close.
Close.
she looks just like her mom. So her mom's Kira Sedgwick. So she's an actress.
I don't know who that
so
is.
The only
look
Cedric
up-
I know is Diggory.
it's Sedgwick.
Yeah.
Kira Sedgwick. So go see Smile. It's freaking awesome. Even Angsty Teen liked it. Joe's even liked it. So good movie. It was worth the money. It was worth the $6.50 plus popcorn, Cokes, minus $5 coupon because I belong.
$6.50. You must have gone when it was matinee or whatever.
6:30 show. No, our movies are cheap here in town.
Jeez, it was
Yeah,
like $10
because
bucks.
They haven't
easy.
updated the or upgraded the movie theater there yet. It's like
Actually,
real.
2 movie theaters closed down. I didn't even realize.
I don't
until
need
by
no
the-
damn. Let me tell you, I will pay $6.50 forever if I don't, and not have recliner seats. I will just pay $6.50 and sit in a regular
They
chair.
need to reupholster those chairs.
You guys
Let's be
still
honest.
have? Wasn't one of you guys that had like you pay for like the movie thing so you can go see like movie as many times as you want?
Yeah, but it
That was
doesn't.
Baron.
It's not worth it because
Oh.
movies are either $4.50 in the afternoon or $6.50 at night. So you can only see. You have to see. You can see 3 movies a week. It's like
And
$20.
it can only be you.
Yeah.
You can't
so
it can't be you and like 2 of your friends. It's got to be only you.
I'll take the $6.50 a week, buy the $20 popcorn bucket at the beginning of the year, and have $5 bucket of popcorn every time I
Yeah.
go to the movie.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Who's your movie theater out there, Tim?
Well, there is an AMC at the mall. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
still there. Been to the mall in a couple of years, so should still be there though. It's pretty. They just did it. It's really nice. And then the one that is no longer around is Flagship. Flagship Cinemas, I think. And that's really it. I can't really think of any other movie theaters.
Okay, House of the Dragon, Chris.
Okay, House of the Dragon. Before I guess I have an aneurysm that I didn't know I was gonna have.
I'm just adding some dramatics to the podcast.
Da, da, da.
I'm just gonna start with a text that George R.R. Martin sent Patty
Constantine, or what's his name?
Constantine. I think that's his last name. Constantine, whatever. He's just trying to be fancy. George R.R. Martin said your Viserys is better than my Viserys, which I think is awesome.
Is he dead now?
He is dead.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, shit's gonna start getting real, you know.
Mm-hmm.
God, it took him forever though. You know what it reminded me of? Did y'all ever
Yeah.
see? You ever see American Werewolf in London?
No.
What?
American Werewolf in London.
No.
So it's got David Naughton and Griffin Dunn. They're hiking across Europe, right? And they go out in the middle of the night and they get attacked by a werewolf. David Naughton only gets bit, so he ends up being the American Werewolf in London. Right? His buddy is Griffin Dunn. So, and he gets murdered. He gets killed. So through the rest of the movie, he keeps seeing visions of Griffin Dunn, his buddy, you know, and they have like talks and stuff. And the more into the movie you go, the more the guy decomposes. And that's the first thing I thought of with the House of the Dragon was how much he was decomposing right in front of our eyes.
Now,
Because then he ended up looking like Two-Face in Batman.
I know not all of that could have been from like getting cut on the throne. But I wonder what else was going on with him. It almost kind of looked like he had a leprosy.
His wife is freaking wielding a knife everywhere she goes. She probably cut him because he's a greasy old man. And she didn't want to be touched like that anymore.
I think it's one of the better episodes so far.
See, I put the pictures in. I put
Yeah.
the pictures of Griffin.
I don't think it was.
Oh my gosh.
It was a good episode, but it wasn't. I don't know. It didn't have. This series doesn't have like a lot of action, maybe like as the original series did.
No,
There's
they're
a
really
lot of
Well,
A lot of
political.
setup. Those
yeah.
boys are going to end up killing each other. Jeez, they hate each other with a passion.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna wet your pants at some of the action that's coming up.
Yeah.
So
It's like when they said winter is coming, and it didn't show up till like the last two episodes
but now it's like back
of
now
the whole show.
now when they say like the Dance of Dragons is coming, the Dance of Dragons is coming. Like
Yeah.
y'all don't know what's coming. I kind of
Yeah, you
remember.
know what? It's coming in It's coming in season 2,
Well,
and that's 2 years away.
George R. R.
Oh.
Martin said that there's got to be at least 4 seasons,
That's what I said. So
and
season
they
2
they
in
didn't
2
listen to
years.
him last time. I know
it-
because season 2 doesn't release or come out for another 2 years. Which is
That's what
dumb.
I said. That's when all
I
the
know.
action will happen in 2024.
We're gonna do some action probably next episode.
I'll be almost 60 by the time these season 4 comes out.
Wow.
The one thing I guess you guys, I think you kind of mentioned it, Chris did. Like, it took forever for him to freaking die. Like, I would have gave up a long time ago if I was him.
Right?
I'm like, put me to rest. Fuck this shit.
He should have
Nice.
died last episode. They didn't have to drag him out. Oh
He
my
had
god,
to
the way
finish his Lego.
he's like,
build.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah.
It's like Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I figured he'd have to I think he was waiting until both families made kissy kissy. They were all nice to each other. Like
Yeah, in
that-
front of
And
him.
then
That
as
was
soon
Yeah.
as then as soon
Yeah.
as he left the room,
yeah,
Aegon, not Aegon,
Aemond. Yeah,
Aemond's like, I want to raise a toast to these strong lads.
yeah.
Oh my god, just
the
He's
boss.
he
such
is,
he's a fucking boss.
Aemon is more Daemon than Daemon is Daemon.
Yeah, yeah,
And Daemon looked at him at the end and was like, damn, the son I never had.
Yeah,
yeah.
but Damon really was like kick ass because he whacked that guy's head off for what.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy fucked around and found
I
out.
found out. Yeah.
Well, you ain't kidding.
yeah.
Oh,
Then I wrote down that blade is sharp.
well,
To
that's
go through a
Valyrian
skull
steel.
like that, I mean, he cut through that guy's skull.
That's
Yeah.
Valyrian steel for you.
Yeah, I know
Valyrian
it is,
steel
yeah.
sharp.
Yeah, don't be messing with Valerian steel.
And he said he could keep his tongue. I was like, yeah, that was a good.
Yeah,
line.
he ended up looking like what's his name in Beetlejuice. You know when he made his head really bad.
Uh-huh.
his
Yeah,
tongue
yeah.
Stick out? So,
Oh,
What
and then
movie?
no, what? Beetlejuice. It said something about Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Which movie?
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
like Beetlejuice 3 times.
Too late. I already said it. I'll say it a 4th time.
Got to deal with
Beetlejuice.
things not us. So
And this is dead.
Something else I wrote down. It was like when the entrance of Viserys came into the throne room when they were discussing the
Driftmark.
next for the next king for Driftmark or the heir or whatnot. It kind of reminded me of like when he was climbing the steps. I don't know why, but I kind of thought of like Simba climbing the King's Rock or something.
Honestly, that's a good comparison. I didn't think about that, Mikey.
Thank you.
Did you know his crown
it
falling
Pride
off?
Rock?
What?
Wasn't it Pride Rock? Not King's Rock.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, I knew it
King's
was the same.
Landing, Pride Rock. I don't know.
No, but did you know his crown falling off when he's going up the stairs was actually an accident? And Matt Smith ad-libbed putting it back on his head.
Oh, that's awesome! Really.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. And they just rolled with it. They're like, all right. And it
I
worked.
do love how Doctor Who's in it.
Yep.
Okay, well, King's
Kimberly-
Rock is Pokemon, so.
Kimberly
I
brought
say-
up something. Kimberly brought up something the other night when we watched it. Matt Smith's lines have really been cut. Like
It is Pride Rock.
he doesn't really say much anymore.
He speaks with his
Like-
blade.
All it is him in the background giving looks,
That's all he has to do.
making me feel a certain way.
Oh.
1,000 words can be said with a stare.
That's right.
All Viserys wanted was a family dinner.
I mean, he got one.
Yeah, he just,
That hog looked good. I'm gonna say that.
yo, I could have some of that pork foot right there.
You ain't kidding. We should do that. We need to dig a hole in the backyard and of somewhere. I don't have a backyard. Mikey's backyard. We'll have to dig a hole. To
You gotta call 811 first.
Hey, Mikey, can you go scope your backyard for us?
Yeah, we're gonna dig a hole. We're gonna put a pig in the ground, put some beer on ice, and all your rowdy friends are coming over tonight.
Put a fire on top of it, right? That's how it's
I
done.
think that's how it. Don't you put like a bed
Yeah.
of coals underneath? And
Yeah,
then
you do.
fire.
And then like the heat like comes down.
I don't know. That's Google.
I-
Google it. I mean, all you gotta do is.
I don't know,
everything's
but
on
I
Google.
don't. I figure you can't do it like in dirt. Like it only works like in sand because it's more.
So we can
Yeah.
go buy sand at
No.
Lowe's, bags of sand.
It's,
No. We'll just
It's
go
getting
to
really
Kokomo
complicated, but I think we
Beach.
can do it.
We'll just go
Let's
to
turn it
Kokomo
into a
Beach.
party.
Do what?
Kokomo Beach. We'll just go dig a hole
Dude,
in the beach.
Kokomo Beach. There's
Oh,
sand at
jeez.
Kokomo Beach.
I don't know.
How
It's
does
a
Kokomo
beach.
have a beach? On what?
It's
a
a water
pond?
park. It's a water.
It used to be a big swimming pool. You know, it used to have sand in it till the polio thing came through and they had to scrape all the sand out.
I'm like, aren't you landlocked?
We got a stream.
We
Or
could go up to the Wabash.
I don't
Maybe
know,
there's
I
some
can't
sand up there.
picture it. Does Indiana touch a Great Lake?
Yeah.
Yes, Lake
Erie?
Michigan.
Michigan.
The
Yes.
dunes, Mike, Tim, if you
yes,
ever come, you guys, you need to check out the dunes. It's actually,
Oh yeah, we could go up to Indiana Dunes. You think they would get mad at us if we dug a hole in one of the dunes and put a pig in it?
not if we give
Yeah.
them some.
Yeah, we got share.
Oh, we would share. We would have a big pig. I don't know if you have to have sand or not. I just think you have to have a good insulation. Maybe sand's better.
I was gonna say I think sand is more conductive than dirt. So
They have play sand at Lowe's. We could just go buy bags of play sand. We could we could take somebody's sandbox and just cook
We
a
have the technology.
There's got to be some little kid's sandbox around here. It's got cat poop in it somewhere. We can shovel that all out. And then stick a
mommy,
pig
three guys just took my turtle sandbox and just like dragged it out of the yard.
What did that happen last week?
No, I'm saying for you guys. Like you guys go steal some
yeah.
kid's little
Yeah.
sandbox and he's
Because,
like,
yeah,
Mom,
some kid's gonna be like, somebody stole my turtle.
what do you mean stole your
Turtle.
Turtle. Yeah. That's a funny ass movie. Everybody hates that movie. Gets so much hate. That's a funny movie, man.
Everyone hates on it, but it's so quoted.
He's
Turtle.
the master of disguise.
That's a great movie. Oh man. All the time when the kids were little and my stepkids were little, we always would walk around turtle.
So since we're all here and we like to talk sports with Mike or with Tim, Mikey, you're all right with sports, but Tim just gets heated, so it's fun.
stab somebody already? Hold
Listen,
on.
wait. Before you say
Nice.
anything, Chris, don't talk shit because Alex Jones, you know that guy Alex Jones, he's gonna pay almost $1 billion in damages for everything he said about Sandy Hook.
Well, I'm not talking about Sandy Hook. I'm talking
I
about
know. I'm just saying. If that's what you
Devontae-
say, you end up being paying $1 billion.
Devontae assaulted some guy on the sidelines.
That's
Oh
funny.
my ass! That
Did
is
you guys
such bullshit.
Did you guys see the video of Bobby Wagner killing that guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then he's suing him for a bunch of. He's
When I
not gonna.
saw that video, I'm like, well, that guy deserved it. He got in the way. That's
Oh, yeah.
exactly what I thought.
He's running with like a can, like it's like coming smoke out of it. Bobby Wagner.
Oh, you're talking about two different people.
Oh, I'm talking
Tim,
about the pink.
Chris is talking about Devontae.
Devontae
Oh,
Adams.
I was talking about the dude with the pink smoke. He just fucking.
No, he deserved to get.
Oh no, that guy
grounded.
deserved it. But so did this guy. He got in the way.
No, he did. I just like to troll you that the Raiders are adding another one to the convict team.
Whatever.
Did you guys see the security at a baseball game tackle the crap out of like a 10-year-old that started running on the field.
No, that was at the Buccaneers game.
Oh, is that the Bucks game? I thought it was a baseball game.
No, it was the Bucks game. Yeah, I heard he got a little roughed up for it, but
Well,
they said he wasn't. People said he wasn't 10. His mom says he was 10, but I don't know.
I don't know. The video, he doesn't. He could be 10, but
All I say, you can't go on somebody's workplace and just get in the way because you're gonna get trampled. You're gonna get ran over, and you're gonna get hurt.
if someone jumped in front of my bus when I'm pulling into the lane, they're going to get smacked. I'm not stopping in time.
I always just, and I was
Yeah.
telling, I
Us.
was telling Chris earlier. I'm like about, like I go to the racetrack, and when you're in the garage area, the pit lane, you're in their workplace. You need to stay out of the way. Out of the way. I don't know how many times I've seen stupid race fans just not pay attention. Like you have to be on your toes because you can get hit by pit equipment. You can get hit by the cart that takes equipment out to pit lane and pulls the cars out to pit lane. You can get hit anytime. Stay out the way. And don't drag your stupid ass camera in front of a football player that's trying to run off the field in a hostile environment, or you're going to get your ass pushed to the ground. Because that's exactly what the guy did. I was like, what is that guy doing? Why is he in the way? I can't imagine.
I understand that he might have been trying to run across real quick, but at the same time, the game is over and they're exiting right there. Why would you try to,
Plus, it's an emotional. I mean, it's a divisional game.
Yeah.
They lost on a stupid play at the end of the game. You're asking for it.
Was it a reporter?
Huh?
Was it a reporter?
It was a camera guy. Like he had camera equipment or something. And
he was a freelance credited photographer.
I mean, and that's fine and dandy, but damn, stay out the way.
Oh,
If
yeah.
he's on the sideline during the game and gets hit like that and pushed down, he ain't gonna do anything. But it's because of who it was, and at the end of the game, yeah, he got pushed. He probably shouldn't. Devontae Adams apologized. That's all he's gonna do. But to file a report and actually the police to
the police
create a
probably don't
charge,
wanna
I think is
do it.
stupid.
The police probably don't want to do it, but they have to. He's filing a report, so they have to go the proper.
I bet you it gets thrown out because he's in the workplace and it's a hostile environment, and
he's probably signed an agreement that he's on the sideline, he might get ran over.
That's exactly right.
It's almost like, I mean, I know it's like in game and they're actually like working, but like a ref can't, if a ref is in the way and gets run over, then it's one thing if somebody goes out of their way to like truck stick a ref, but like if you're in the way and you get run over, there's nothing you can do. Get out of the way.
Like the guy couldn't wait to get across to the other side of the tunnel.
I understand. He's probably trying to, how he gets paid is getting the good shot first.
No excuses. No excuses.
Yeah. Can I bring up something else about that game? Kelsey got 4 touchdowns in a single game.
Yeah, and he had like 35 yards.
Yeah.
Why are they not spying on him? Just one player to cover him.
Cover that guy. It's not even like
had 4 touchdowns in one game.
Oh,
you know how you shut down?
Al
You know how you
Bundy
shut
had
down
4
somebody like
touchdowns in
that?
one game.
You know how you shut down somebody like that? You just put a spy on them, and they cover them all game long. Bobby Knight did it against Michael Jordan when Indiana played North Carolina.
Up.
No, he told what's the guy that on the radio, Dockage.
Oh yeah, Dockage.
He told Dan Dockage. He says, I want you on Jordan. Don't let him score. So Dockage says, okay, coach. They went to the bathroom and threw up, went out and shut Jordan down. That's what you have to do against a player like Kelsey. There's no reason to be able to score. You shouldn't be scoring 29 points and losing a game. That's a shitty defense. It's not a shitty offense. That's more than enough. You scored more than enough to win a game. But when you have a shitty defense,
On the other hand, Cowboys defense is looking like fucking
Yeah,
all pros.
your defense is the only
I'm-
reason
Granted,
you're
we
still alive.
we haven't.
I
played
think you
them
finally got a good
against
quarterback.
competitive teams, but Micah
we'll see
Parsons
this weekend.
is kicking ass. I was actually saying we play the Eagles and then we play the Lions. I'm glad we face the Eagles this week and the Lions next week because I would much rather face a hot team, than face a team that just got shut out. Because the Lions are going to come back looking for blood.
Well,
They're going to be
Lions
They're going to be
are the
looking
scoring
to.
weapon, right.
They're going to be looking to just win by any means necessary, and that's not the kind of game I want to play.
You know
So
who
I'd
the
rather
Lions,
face Eagles.
You know who the Lions remind me of this year? Those
The
old
Dolphins.
Colts teams. Yeah, the Colts would be the highest scoring offense, but their defense would let somebody get 200 yards on
I'm
them.
getting
every game.
shut
That's
out.
just the way the Raiders are.
There's no excuse for getting shut out in an NFL game. None.
Yeah.
Zero excuse.
Colts.
One thing
Colts
if it's
have done it, what, 3
windy,
times
I
against the
guess.
Jags? What?
As one thing if it's like windy and you're missing like field goals and stuff like that, so that's like you can't score that way, but like you got to at least put points up on the board, some kind of points.
I agree. But you shouldn't be putting up a bunch of points either and then losing.
No,
That's just as bad.
Shouldn't be the highest scoring offense in the league with the worst
and
defense
Cooper
in the league.
Cooper Rush is playing pretty well.
He actually
I
is,
mean,
yeah.
definitely there was I don't know if you guys like watched the game, but like the first offensive drive that the other team had, it was a fumble 6, and then the next drive we blocked the punt and we were right in the red zone, and Cooper Rush kind of threw a little too far out of bounds for it would have been a 1st and 2 and we would have scored a touchdown, but I'd rather him throw too far out of bounds than into a defender's hands. So but
He's doing
he just
exactly
needs
what he
to
needs to.
he needs to just and our run game is finally getting going. He just needs to, get a little bit better with like his placement of the ball. But as long as he's doing well, I say keep him in, even if Dak's healthy. Keep him in until he has a game where he throws 3 picks and we lose by 30 points. Then bring Dak in. Because if you bring Dak in now and Dak
Yeah.
sucks for some reason, you're not going to
Well,
pull Dak for Cooper Rush. You're never going to.
He's always sucked. It's not
Yeah,
gonna be
So you
I feel-
would rather. I'm just going to ignore you, just so you know.
And I feel like it's too early for Dak anyway. With his
Well, they already
I mean-
said like it's gonna be like Dak's hand is still it's still like quote unquote he says he's good, but they want to give him like another week of rest. But I think it's half that and half let the hot hand stay hot and just
Yeah.
let if it's blown out by the Eagles, Dak is starting against the Lions.
Dude, you know how many
100%.
times a player that caliber has gotten replaced by a backup that's like a nobody?
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, or
But the
not even just
difference is
anybody, just
Dak's on a huge contract, and we're not gonna.
but it's happened
bench
before.
Dak.
The Patriots, it's happened. How do you think Brady got started? You don't think
Yeah,
they
but
put
the
they
Patriots
paid out bank to Bledsoe?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
but
didn't
Bledsoe
pay
was
him.
hurt for the season.
Yeah,
Dak's not hurt for the season.
sit him
Bledsoe-
down though. If you're
Bledsoe
winning,
could not
don't change it up.
Yes, no, I'm 100% with you. If we're winning, keep it going. That's why I'm
I mean,
saying
that's how- I mean-
unless we get blown out and Cooper Rush has 3 picks, 100 yards, he fumbled, he has a terrible game, then you put Dak in. But until Cooper Rush shows that he can't win against a team, then you leave him in.
But I mean, would you like to be judged? Let's see. I mean, say you play 6 games. Would you like to be judged on just that one game you have a terrible game at, or would you like to overall? I mean,
I mean,
he's not putting
Dak,
outstanding numbers. No, he's
No,
not putting
he's
outstanding numbers.
he's just
but
doing well enough
yeah.
for the rest of our team to.
He's just
If our
making
defense
good
wasn't
decisions.
playing,
Yeah.
our defense wasn't as good as it is like right now, we wouldn't be winning games.
Ooh, that Eagles game's a Sunday night game too. That Cowboys Eagles
yeah.
game. It's gonna be
But I think we're. I think our defense is. I mean, the Seahawks they did win a Super Bowl off of pretty much only defensive team, the Legion of Boom.
Well, I mean, Baltimore won a Super Bowl that way. Really, I mean, the Bears
Yeah.
almost did.
It's
Really,
not
too.
it's not impossible to win with a I don't want to say minimal offense because we have a good offense. It's
How do you think
just
Baltimore won that Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer?
yeah. Or Joe
Minimal
Flacco.
offense.
Didn't Flacco win a Super Bowl
Flacco was
with the
good.
Ravens?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, but that was
I think
more
he won.
offense oriented. That defense, that Baltimore's defense, when they had Trent Dilfer, they did enough. They did just enough to win. The offense did just enough to win games, and that's what he
Which
did.
is clock management and just get first downs when
Brett
you need
Johnson was
them.
the same way with the Bucks when the Bucks won their first Super Bowl. Same thing.
He was escaping the pocket. I thought he looked really good.
So I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was a good game from the Cowboys.
And now they have the Eagles. Are they playing in Philadelphia?
Yes, but that's okay because I'd rather have the
That's
home
gonna
game
be
later
tough.
in the season. I mean, somehow I was watching ESPN and they were saying like somehow this year the NFC East went from the worst division in the league to the best division in the league.
It is the Giants, man.
I mean, record wise, at least. I don't know, like personnel wise, definitely not, but
No,
record wise,
but they're all winning.
yeah,
The
it's just
Giants have
crazy.
the Ravens this week.
The Giants need a receiver. They're not going to make it much farther or do much better without.
Dude, they just
An
beat the
actual
Packers,
number-
man.
Yeah,
Packers
and
aren't what they used.
they need, they're not. Packers defense isn't what it should be, and they don't have any weapons other than Rodgers.
The Giants are
not.
The
4 and
Giants
1.
have Barkley, who he can run for 200 yards if he wanted to, but the Giants need a receiver. Sterling Shepard's hurt. Sterling Shepard's 2 at best.
Who
and
beat
they
the?
don't have
Who beat them?
Cowboys.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they
it was
beat the
it was a
Bears.
close game if I remember right.
They beat the Bears in week 4. Yeah, they played the Cowboys.
I don't have the Giants actually beat anybody good other than
Uh,
the Packers.
Packers. Yeah, 23-16 they got beat by the Cowboys.
If I
And then-
remember right, that game was actually closer than that score.
I'm looking to see what the Giants have done. They beat the Panthers 19-16 in week 2. And in week 1, they beat who? No, not preseason 1. Forget about preseason.
We talk about preseason.
Preseason. Let's see here. They beat the Titans 21-20.
So that's a good win.
So
They stopped Henry, but Henry doesn't get good until later in the
What?
season.
What game was it that we were texting about? That team that went for 2 at the end of the game instead of
That was
that
that
we
was
talked about in group chat.
the Monday night game, wasn't it?
I just can't remember
that
who
was
the
at
team.
the end of the game. They went for it in the
No, there was, but
well, it
it,
was in the
Yeah, that was
fourth
the Raiders
quarter, wasn't it?
Chiefs.
yeah, it
fourth
was like
quarter.
5
Yeah, it was in the
minutes
fourth quarter. It wasn't the end of the game, but it was the fourth quarter that they went for it. They did it.
No, but that's
Yeah,
ultimately why.
they ran with Jacobs and he got stuffed, right?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't.
I don't want to talk
That
about
was apparently an analytics decision, and
It's
I'm
always
not a big.
decision, but
That's all they
if you have a
listen to.
chance to tie the game, I just don't understand. There was
yeah,
no
tie
like,
the game. Tie the game.
I don't understand going for 2. Just had no positive. The only positive benefit was that you could win, but the other team could drive down the field, and there was plenty of time to kick a field goal.
You're against probably the best quarterback in the league. He's
Like,
gonna.
it just
It's like Tom
did-
Brady back in the day. It's like, does he have enough
Ah,
time
he
to
ain't
drive
that
down?
good.
He's gonna
He's-
I'd
drive.
like to see
He's
like the
overrated.
quote unquote analytics,
He
like
is not that good.
just because it was goal line. Like it, I
Patty
don't know.
Mahomes.
Because if
is
they
probably-
win, because if he gets it, then
Uh,
he looks like a genius. That's why.
I mean,
That's how
you
Reich-
don't look like a
Reich
genius
is.
though if they drive down the field and kick a field goal to win by 2 though. That's what I'm saying.
I-
Like there was no.
I know. I get it. That's what I said. I agree 100%. Never take the points off the board. Always kick the field goal. There was
Take
no
what you
need
can.
to, like you said, if they were up by 1 and you wanted to score a 2-point to
To go up
at
by
least make them
3,
kick a field goal and tie.
that
Yeah,
makes sense.
that
Then
makes
that
perfect sense. This
total
didn't make
sense
no
there.
sense. He went for the win early, and it was a bad decision, especially with that defense.
Too
Their
too
their
early.
defense is terrible.
If there was
Pisses me off.
under 2 minutes left, I would have said then that was a good decision because you have the opportunity to win, and then you only give the other team, you give them a minute to drive down the field and kick a field goal. It's not with no timeouts. It's not very easy to do. So that makes sense. But there was like 4.5, 5 minutes left in the game when they did that. There's plenty of time to walk down the field.
Yeah. Derek Carr's thrown for 1,279 yards, 61.41% completion percentage, and he's thrown 8 touchdowns.
It's playing pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
He's
So
pretty good. Much talk should I talk about Derek Carr? I mean, I still think he needs to be better, but
he's getting the job done. He's
Yes.
just not. They just can't hold a lead. It's terrible.
Because you don't have a defense.
Exactly. We don't have a defense.
and like any picks that happen that are like tipped, I never really blame the QB
No.
unless they're like stupid passes that shouldn't have been thrown, then by all means that's fine. But like those one-on-ones where it's tipped up and then the safety comes out of nowhere and picks the ball, it's not the quarterback's fault. I feel like it should be like a half pick almost, or like a separate category.
Yeah, because you're
That's
blaming
not
a
your
quarterback for something that's not his fault.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the top 10. And I can't see. Well, Brady's done 1,400. Josh Allen's got the most. He's got thrown insane numbers. He's at 1,651 yards already. Shoot, Carson Wentz has thrown 1,390 yards. He does dumb things, though.
Like turn it over in the last few minutes and lose against the Jags and not make the playoffs.
Like, here's the stupid thing. The Chiefs have the third best rushing defense in the NFL. Why would you run against them for a 2-point conversion?
Because they won't expect it.
They have
don't
the
need-
number 3 rushing
They don't
defense in the league.
expect it. I was gonna say if they're that high of a defense,
Run a
rushing
bootleg
defense,
or something. Shoot, you know what I mean?
anything.
Yeah. Oh, it's just awful. Talk about it. Y'all pissing me off.
Why don't he just reach over like Tom Brady and score? Come on now.
Especially because it's so easy now. All you have to do, that ball just has to barely cross the plane and it's a touchdown.
Right.
You can hold
You
it
could
by
just,
one.
like-
You could hold it by one hand, and even if the ball gets like tapped out of your hand, as long as the tip of it crossed the touchdown line before it got hit out of your hands, it's
Yeah. That's what I said.
A
They'd be
touch-
better off running a naked bootleg.
Yeah, and if they
Run
touch
Allen
the
up the-
quarterback
run-
in the wrong way, they'll get flagged.
Run Jacobs up the middle, run around with a naked bootleg, stick your ball across the goal line, you know?
Like that one time Peyton did it with the Broncos in Dallas. He held the
Yeah.
ball and ran off by
Right.
himself. Because who would expect Peyton to run for a touchdown?
I don't know if I remember that.
It's an odd season. That's all I know. I mean, at this point, I'm not sold that anybody's the best team in the league.
No,
Bills
look at
are
the Dolphins. The Dolphins were like supposed to be the best team, and now they're on their third string quarterback.
Bills are pretty good.
The Bills don't have a running attack.
They don't need a running
That's what I
attack.
said. That's what I said. There's no
Yeah.
clear cut. Like it's
I
really. I
saw-
mean, I know the Eagles are 5-0, and you got a few 4-1 teams, but like the Chiefs are 4-1, and who'd they lose to?
The Colts.
Another reason why
I'm just saying. I mean,
Cowboys are pretty good at beating undefeated teams. I can think of like 3 or 4 teams that were undefeated that we've taken care of.
oh,
Like
God, that goes.
recently.
Yeah, but you're reaching like all the way back to the Troy Aikman years.
No. I don't mean like that far. I mean, with, one year the Colts were 13-0, and then
God,
or
I hated that
12-0.
game. Pissed me off.
Yeah,
That
and
didn't
we
count. That's when they took everybody out and they were saving them for the playoffs.
still won, still beat them.
It still counts
I don't
because
know why you're sitting people week 14.
You
Yeah,
know
when
what?
this-
already
You know what's
secured
funny is
week
I
to
heard
buy.
Tony Dungy complaining that how you sit your starters for preseason games and they
Uh,
never play. He's like, why would you do that? How would
Yeah,
you?
you-
How do you know how they're going to be? Let them work the kinks out in preseason so they're
Well, that's
ready
what
for the.
It's usually like they split it half and half.
Oh, jeez, there's a Culver's commercial on TV and that Butterbooker is talking to me. God.
No free
Uh-huh.
ads.
Culver's, Butterburger, it's where you propose to your next wife. I am. If I ever get married, I'm taking her to Culver's. Celebrate with a
No,
Butterburger.
I remember when the Colts, that year the Colts, I think it was the year we lost to the Saints. We were like 16-0 or not 6 like 15
That's
and
the
0, 14
yeah,
and 0.
that's the one they tanked the last 2 games of the season.
Yeah, and like the fans like rioted. Like everyone rioted because that was the year where like, well, it was after the
Pats did it.
Patriots lost, and it's like, well, the Colts are going to do it. We can do it, And then they sat everybody.
The only time they did the year they won the Super Bowl and didn't sit everybody. That's when they got blown out in Jacksonville at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But those were all like starters. They didn't sit anybody for that game.
I remember the year that like we were like one of the first years we went undefeated for a long time, and we had all of our starters playing against St. Louis, and all St. Louis did was run. That game made me so mad because it was like St. Louis was like 1-12 at that point, beating the Colts.
The Rams. What's up with the Rams?
Yeah, it was one of the years the Rams were like 1-12 or something.
It's
which
just a
is, like,
big ass
most
empty
of
dome
history.
now. I drove by it. St. Louis, there's like nothing.
Surprised they haven't torn it down, but I think they're
Downtown
trying to
St.
get
Louis.
something there.
I thought
It's
they were doing
downtown
like
St.
XFL or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was like
It is like
XFL.
literally like downtown St. Louis. Like,
There ain't nothing in downtown St. Louis, anyways.
oh, I mean, Busch Stadium's not too far away. But St. Louis it's not a bad little town.
Yeah,
Isn't it
I don't know.
It's small. It's not a little town.
Busch,
Isn't it
I
the
mean,
cap?
well, I mean, it's a small market. St. Louis is a small market.
Well, they call it the gateway to the
The
Gateway
gateway
to
to
the
the
West.
west.
the west.
Yeah, that's what the arch is for. The gateway to the west.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's where they have the big arch.
I don't know. Yeah, traffic there's a bitch though. Know that much.
I've drove through there once. I don't remember it.
I drove through there, and then of course when we went to the IndyCar race this year, which is in Illinois, but it's in St. Louis, but it's in Illinois. It's across the river.
I'm sure you guys haven't talked about it in a while, but let's talk some Star Trek, Chris. What's going on?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
How do you like
We-
Lower Decks?
All right,
So,
good
talked
night,
about it-
everyone.
We talked about it last week. I said I made the
You
audacious.
can find us on all of platforms.
I made the audacious
Amazon.
statement that
Pod-
they're both muted, so just me and you, Tim. I don't know how to unmute them actually.
Chris. Oh
I don't
man.
know how to unmute them.
Oh no.
bitches, you guys are bitches. I just unmuted myself.
Oh,
Oh.
Chris has to unmute himself too.
Mods.
If he even knows he's muted. No, I made the
So-
audacious statement last week of saying Lower Decks is the best Star Trek.
I wonder if
Man,
I could.
It's crazy. This last episode though, as
I
good
didn't like
as it was okay, but it was definitely the worst episode of the season. I mean,
Maybe
one
the
of them has to
series.
one of them has to be the worst episode, and I mean, I wouldn't disagree with you. I would have to go back and watch the first 2 seasons again to say for sure, but this is definitely bottom of the barrel. I feel like mostly because it just doesn't involve our people. If they had
Yeah.
split it, if they had split it half and half instead of doing like 90% of the episode Peanut Hamper, then that's right. Her name
I
is
legit forgot about Peanut Hamper.
I did. And I knew she wasn't gonna I was waiting for her to have the turn. I knew she wasn't gonna stay like good.
Yeah. Did you watch the Picard trailer?
Yes. I think there's been a couple of them.
You piece of shit. Yeah, you can find us on any platform. Dodgers.
It
just
took
went
him
up
that
2-0.
long to figure out how to unmute himself.
I couldn't get over there.
I was like, oh, I can mute them, and then I was like, wait, I can't unmute them, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
well.
as soon as he
That's
muted you guys,
weird.
he was like, "Oh, I don't know how to unmute them." I just bust out laughing.
The little bitch.
No, but the trailer I sent you, Tim, that trailer,
Oh yeah,
they had the new Enterprise, the
know what's up with that ship, but
and then they had the Titan.
avoid the Enterprise F.
Yeah, that's from Star Trek Online, the Enterprise F.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's actually like they took the model from Star Trek Online apparently. So play Star
Yeah.
Trek Online if you want to see what this Enterprise F looks like.
Prodigy's coming up right after Lower Decks ends.
Oh, holy shit! You know what? I had this dream that our podcast got
Come on.
overcast,
Come on.
got overran by
Be
uh,
respectful.
Star
We
Trek shit.
listen.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, be
I-
respectful. We listen to your Indy 500 stuff. So,
Only during the month of May, not all year round.
well, any IndyCar stuff, the racing stuff.
I'll start talking about it more now. Just
How about that DS9 episode? That was great.
And then
I
they
thought
like
that was
recreated the intro.
fantastic. Just keep going
going,
around.
keep flying.
Yeah.
We're at all the pylons.
Just pretend you're in awe of the pylons or something. Yeah. And then Kira. Oh, as soon as I heard,
I wasn't sold
Quark,
with her voice acting, but Quark on point.
well, as soon as I heard Quark, I was like, oh, he must have his teeth. There's no way that he could make the
did.
same voice. And then I
Put
saw
teeth
like
in.
a couple of days later that he said he brought the same teeth that he used for the original show. I was like, that's pretty cool. I did not like how he had to give up a bunch of his business, though.
Well, it makes sense for him though. It's like his character; he can never win. Remember,
Yeah, I know, but 75% of his entire business is a lot.
better than going to jail.
I think he would have probably rather gone to jail.
Well, he didn't agree with it, so
But yeah, I think it'll. Prodigy looks like it's gonna be cool with
I didn't
Janeway
actually, like,
hunting him
finish.
down. You
I
didn't finish
actually
it
like
yet?
finish. I got so bored of it.
There's fucking two. There's you literally have like
how do
four
you get? Oh,
they're
is
like
it like?
20-minute episodes.
Is it like you get bored with it? Like I got bored with Andor.
Well, I find it funny that Star Wars has Andor when Andorians are in Star Trek.
No, Andor's a person. It's not Andor.
Oh, I thought it was like a planet.
Yeah,
Okay.
his name's Andor.
His name's Andor. That's the guy from Rogue One.
I didn't even know that.
Really?
I'm on the same page as Tim.
I thought it was like a planet.
Speaking of Star Trek, Chris, don't forget that
I'll think of Indoor. That's
Shatner's
what
going to
I'm
be at
thinking of.
Clues Hall in March.
Yeah,
And
Janeway's gonna be in Bloomington here soon.
I would rather go see Shatner after Wrath of Khan, which is the best Star Trek movie ever.
Janeway, can't think of her name all of a sudden. The girl that plays Janeway's in Bloomington.
Kate Mulgrew.
Yeah, she's gonna be in Bloomington for Janeway's birthday.
What the hell does
Which
that even?
isn't
Her character's from Bloomington.
isn't the I watched that episode not long ago. Not the statue, the Millennium Gate that they made for that episode in like season 6 of Voyager, I think 5, 6, or 7, where they like go back. It's like a memory of her.
Oh yeah,
That it happens in Indiana. It's
yeah,
like in a
Bloomington,
state.
her hometown.
Was it in Bloomington?
Yeah,
Okay, so how do you say "I am a virgin" in Klingon?
Chris is a virgin.
I'm sorry, I stole that from that. What was that movie?
Just
Sounds like
backfire.
something like
Big
sounds
Bang Theory.
They go.
Sounds-
They stop in Iowa.
Oh, the one where because the guy's cancer, they're trying to go get a sneak.
They're going to
peek
see
of
episode 1. Yeah.
We play Rush all day, every day in this thing.
Yes. Yes.
Anyways, anybody got anything else?
No, No, but I did see an interesting stat. So that movie Cats, that horrible ass movie Cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It lost they lost $113 million.
I don't know how you lose money. That just means you spent way too much money.
Because I know they had to go back and take
It
out the
must have been-
buttholes.
Oh, I
So-
forgot about the
Where they had to digitally
CGI.
remove the
It was all
buttholes.
CGI too, or
They
a lot
lost
of it.
113 million. I don't know what the budget. I just thought that was an amazing statistic. They were talking about bombs. I think I was reading it online, and they were talking about that lost. So, oh no, it was great actors in bad movies, and Judi Dench is in Cats.
There's a lot
But-
of actors and actresses in that movie.
Yeah, there was. I was gonna say,
Idris Elba, the guy
Yeah.
with the Late Late Show, but he's kind of an asshole, so I'm kind of happy it flopped.
It was
Wasn't-
budget.
Taylor Swift even in
Yeah,
that?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is in it.
Yeah.
He's
My
Swift.
girl T Swizzle.
Isn't she doing the halftime show, or did she back out of that?
No, she backed out.
No,
Get
They got Rihanna instead. I'm
Rihanna.
so mad. I'm
Oh,
so
Would have rather had Swift for sure.
Yeah,
I would hopefully there's some other kind of entertainment
but
you can switch to during the halftime show.
I'll be under Rihanna's umbrella.
Ella.
I think
Hey,
we made that
hey,
joke
hey.
like a few weeks ago when that was announced.
I wish they did I remember when so when In Living Color was on, they would do this halftime show and they would make you change from the halftime show to watch their show.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but you've talked about it before.
Oh man, it's friggin' awesome. And wrestling, the WWE, it was so big that they had a match during the halftime show because it was a shitty halftime show. She ended up watching Rock and Mankind in a no holds barred match. And
That's pretty cool.
I think The Rock got pinned by a pallet on a forklift. Or maybe
This
it was-
last Monday was the 25th anniversary of DX, so they got all of DX back together and did every wrestler kept doing homages to
Oh, really?
DX, doing Suck It in the ring, and
Man, that was a great time.
they had a wicked. If you get a chance, go look up the skit that Road Dogg, Shawn Michaels, Triple
Was
H.
Billy Gunn there?
and-
I thought. Did I see
No.
Billy Gunn was not there?
no, Billy Gunn wasn't there because he's in ECW.
See,
So they
you
can't-
can't have a
can't-
real reunion without.
They
Billy
just
Gunn.
can't use. They can't use his character
They
in,
can. Billy Gunn is not his
in
character.
WWE.
Does he own
It's-
that character?
It's his.
Is that his name, Billy Gunn?
Yeah.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I know other wrestlers, they have to
Certain-
change their names when they go. It's
Yeah,
like-
when they swap because it's a WWE.
yeah,
Certain
like
people.
when X Pac left, he became Six Pac because of Six and X Pac were.
But big people like John Cena and The Rock, once you've proven yourself, usually you get to keep your title is always yours.
When The Rock first started out in movies, he was Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes.
Now he's
Yeah.
it's kind of like John Cougar Mellencamp.
Well, he kind of just dropped the Rock.
Yeah, this is just like John Cougar Mellencamp. He dropped the Cougar and became John Mellencamp.
The
Yeah.
boulder.
Fuck.
Go bed.
I
I
don't
hate
think
to.
I've
I hate
watched-
to throw start a cold shower, but
I have to poop. I gotta
you
go
ha-
poop.
What you like golden
You have to go
showers?
poop
Is that
too?
what you said?
Yeah,
That
I
is
gotta
what
go
he's-
poop too.
Chris wants a golden shower.
Anyways, you can catch us at Hoosier Nerds or Pod Nerds on Twitter, Hoosier Nerds on Facebook. You can watch and listen to us at YouTube, or on your favorite podcasting sites such as Spotify, iTunes,
Holy
Oh.
shit! I ain't even interrupting you, and you're screwing it up.
Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, and Amazon. There, bitch. Tim,
If
wanna
you
do
ever
the
want to
honors?
hear four guys cut each other down, you can always come hang out at Who's Your Nerds podcast.